The mornings are a busy time for many of us, but CHP officers want to make sure drivers are taking the time to stop for pedestrians. KSBY News reporter Alex Gonzalez shows us how they enforce the rules of the road in Orcutt school zones.
CHP officers pulled over a number of drivers earlier today here at Joe Nightingale Elementary School, as they did on Clark and Gray Street. CHP says they decided to do this type of enforcement specifically in highly traveled crosswalk areas where there have been a higher rate of injuries and deaths.
I think that people seeing that they're out here is going to make them slow down and stop more.
It's no secret that traffic around schools in the morning can be chaotic, but it's still no excuse to violate traffic laws like failing to stop for pedestrians. California Highway Patrol officers were out on Tuesday morning catching drivers who failed to yield the right of way, were distracted behind the wheel, and even under the influence.
Between the three areas, we made 33 stops. We issued 30 enforcement documents, one verbal, and we also apprehended an impaired driver for alcohol.
The enforcement took place at Joe Nightingale and Alice Shaw Elementary Schools, as well as at the four-way stop at Gray and Clark Streets. One officer dressed in regular clothes walked through the crosswalks and alerted other CHP officers in the area about drivers who failed to comply with the law. Marlena Walker, who owns a business near Gray and Clark Streets, says she's pleased to see CHP officers catching violators, and she'd like to see more of it.
I am happy that they're out here. I wish they were out here more often, especially in the mornings when kids are going to school.
Officer Smith says not everyone who was stopped was issued a citation. All drivers who were pulled over were reminded on how to properly stop for a pedestrian and proceed through an intersection.
The CHP says they do these types of enforcements in response to community members requesting them for certain crosswalk areas. Reporting at Joe Nightingale Elementary School in Orcutt, I'm Alex Gonzalez, KSBY News.
CHP used a grant from the Office of Traffic Safety for this operation.